baby, you my summer jam. I don't know if you can understand. No, you're the only one that I need. Like the air that I breathe. Baby, you mine. Say, baby, you mine. You mine. Say, baby, you mine. All mine.
And welcome to another edition of Projects Podcast. As always, I am CJ.
I'm Taylor.
And this is just a show of a couple friends talking about all sorts of random stuff. Today, we are joined by a third, a man that I became best friends with through making a bacon weave.
I don't think
A man,
we can say a man. A legend.
a legend,
A legend.
who I became best friends with, I think about a week later after that, chasing a train. A man, a legend, the myth. He runs 7 McDonald's, I believe, out of the great city of Missoula, Montana. Ladies and gentlemen, Edward Kapalczynski.
All right, Ed. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Did that intro
You know
suffice?
the Whoop Wit There It Is song?
Yeah.
Yep.
I really wish, that when it starts, it's like party people, like that's my intro. Just right there.
We'll put it in post.
Yeah, we messed up.
Boom. Boom.
We'll get copyright struck.
all
and there's
good.
no way
Hey.
we make money on this video. But we don't have enough views to do that
All
anyways.
the bands that are rolling in right now, we might lose a sponsor too.
Yeah.
What's up,
we got
fellas?
the usual YouTube sponsors coming in shortly. D-Brand, Raycon, all those amazing brands that sponsor
I'm
seemingly
working on it.
every YouTuber. I don't know how those companies make money based on how many people they sponsor, but who am I to judge?
Well, technically, if Ed buys us McDonald's, we're sponsored by McDonald's.
True,
Hashtag
Ed.
ad.
Send us some McDonald's. Give me one of them Shamrock Shakes, because every time I try in March, every single McDonald's tells me that they don't make them.
Dude, did I tell you about... So every year, I have to get one. Every March, I have to get a
Where do you
Shamrock
find
Shake.
one?
McDonald's. But if you... I went... So I didn't go this year, and then Blondie had my back, and she was like, hey, I'm at McDonald's. I'll grab you a Shamrock Shake. I was like, sweet. I have to every year. Okay, she comes home, and there's a little cup, and she said, oh, I think that this was going to be better. She got me a Shamrock Oreo McFlurry. It was not better. That was the only Shamrock anything I got this year, and I felt like I just missed the year at this point.
Well, I tried last year. Case had never had one, so we went to 3 different McDonald's and did not find one. They're all just like, yeah, we don't make those.
Ed, do you still have the Shamrock material at your place?
Nah, all this product has expired, sir.
God dang it.
Well, that's fine. Does it still taste the same?
Anyways, we're already
Next
starting
time,
off
send me your
track.
address.
It took us all of about 35 seconds to get off track in this one. We're
Wait,
going to
Ed
get
had a
back
hookup.
on.
What-
We're going to
what's
start
my-
as we do with how we will always
Well, yeah,
start
we
out
gotta-
this
we gotta do this
podcast.
first.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
how
That's
we
right.
always start out this podcast.
I messed up.
How we will forever start this podcast. Taylor, take it away.
The caffeine corner. Ed, you got yours on hand?
Got it on hand.
Okay, so here's what we do. If you caught the last sode, you understand. We'll start we like the caffeine kick we get for conversations. In the caffeine corner, I have introduced myself and officially deemed myself as a energy drink sommelier. And today's choice, this episode's choice, we'll get into my feeling on the company in a minute. I think we all have stories, but we have this weird new line that Red Bull has put out of all sorts of different flavors, fruit flavors. I think Chad got a real interesting one here.
I have here coconut berry, which is just
I didn't know there was berry. I thought it was just coconut.
it's coconut berry. It definitely says coconut berry on it. This sounds like death.
That sounds worse. So purposely, from time to time, I will make sure Chad gets the not good one. That is the goal. I do
As
give.
stated last week, I know nothing about energy drinks and have not had many. So
Yeah, well, I give Ed the option to indulge and pick whatever flavor you want. I have gotten the sugar-free pear edition. Have not ever tried it. I'm actually pretty excited.
Is mine sugar free?
No, I gave you like
So
the
I
40
get caffeine
grams.
and sugar. Oh God.
Ed, which one did you go with today?
I got the summer edition watermelon.
Oh, summer edition.
This is a lot less caffeine than the last one.
Okay, so I'll dive into that as well. But let's go ahead.
What does this pair with?
This pairs with you think you're going to get a kick. You're more of like a placebo effect type of person because I think Red Bull is garbage.
So this is get you through your work day. This isn't going to do anything for
No. This is like I'm super basic. Oh my God. Like, should I have caffeine? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Girl, you know me when I'm on caffeine.
This is the orange mocha frappuccino.
This is the orange mocha.
Energy drinks.
Like, you're really just looking for the Insta post. Like, haha, I drink caffeine. That's what Red Bull is. I disagree with this company, but this is what we've gone with today. Are you ready, Ed?
Got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. That was nice. Initially, crisp waft of pear.
It smells terrible.
Yeah, it's
See,
great
I have a
watermelon.
really bad. Ed knows the story. We're not going to tell it here, but I have a really bad night with Red Bull and Jaeger during college. This is just
Shout out to Forrester's Ball.
shout out to the couch formerly known as Tiger.
Wait a minute.
It was chucked off a roof.
Did you throw it?
Yes, I did throw that couch off a roof.
Wait, here's my question.
J Harp, to you, buddy. You'll be on this eventually.
Have you guys seen Yes Man?
Yes, I love that movie.
The Red Bull scene
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
exactly what
Red
I'm
Bull.
thinking right now. Okay, Ed, first initial, go.
It's not very sweet. It
Wow.
kind of tastes like watermelon jello.
Wait, that sounds pretty sweet.
So
That
like
sounds pretty
no
good.
sugar,
Huh.
just straight like artificial watermelon flavor.
That sounds
Has a nice color. Look at that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
Nice
bad.
blood red.
It sounds like what I'd expect. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like I don't think like Red Bull gets too over the top. Like people will drink our stuff because we're Red Bull, and people do backflips on bikes with our logo on it.
I saw a guy do a backflip while he was on a scooter. He did a backflip while the scooter was doing a front flip, and then he caught it and landed.
Yeah, no, I just did that on my way over here.
Yeah.
That's
It was pretty cool.
all right. You want me to go? Should we save
Yeah,
that?
because we definitely know how mine's gonna go. So
Okay, a little crisp pear here. That ain't bad.
not bad.
Actually tastes like pear.
I love pears. Are you a pear or peach person?
Both, but all I know,
Yeah, both.
I knew this would taste better than yours, so I'm interested to see how this coconut berry goes. Go for it. We're not worried about this. You go for it.
It smells bad.
It doesn't look good. Oh, good.
Oh,
Good swish. Good swish.
Yeah. I mean, it tastes more. You don't taste any coconut.
Was this berry?
More
It's
berry.
yeah. It's got that like not great Red Bull taste mixed with like LaCroix. It's not great.
I hope you can see the disappointment in my face. 'Cause
I
was
know.
hoping
I
that
was
would
really
suck.
hoping that this was going to be something awful, but it's manageable.
My goal is to not give you good
Yeah,
energy
you-
drinks in
yeah.
this. Dang it. Damn it, Red Bull. Another reason I don't like you. That was
Yeah.
supposed to be your bad one. So here's why I don't like Red Bull. I have a bad past with them, but I also notice this is like still smaller than what most energy drinks give you.
It's like a third of the size. It's tiny.
But this is like their upgraded one. Like their normal Red Bulls are
big are their
smaller than
normals?
this. They're terrible. And this thing, caffeine content, 114 milligrams. Like any other energy drink that's still almost like another third of this is at least 140. And this was like twice as much. This is like $3.50 for one of these cans, and then you get the other ones for like $2.
What?
Like you could get a Reign right now, and it's 300 milligrams of caffeine for under $2, depending on where you go. And Red Bull is just like, we're Red Bull.
And so we're just gonna change.
Yeah, we give you wings. On top of that, so that's why I don't really care for them too much. But the worst thing is, I was in Mexico. This is how I found out I have a severe caffeine addiction. 24 hours in, started feeling real bad. Not good. Didn't know what it was. And everyone's like, sounds like, or like, when's the last time you had caffeine? Been a really long time. So we searched the entire country of Mexico. The only caffeine down there is Red Bull. I don't know how they got. They have
They got the exclusivity deal.
the whole country on lockdown for Red Bull, and so I was pounding them like crazy because that's all I could find. And then I tried coffee, and you know how that goes. It was terrible. Pounding them, I was like 10 deep, probably within 2 days. Still felt nothing. Still felt terrible. So I think there's no caffeine in these things.
It's just all a lie.
I think they tell you there's caffeine in them, so you think there is. But that was my medical test to know their caffeine content ain't great. So it might say 100 on here. It felt like 10.
Anything. Yeah.
Because, yeah, I was about 10 deep that day, and nothing helped.
I got a Red Bull story.
Let's hear it.
Good old Red Bull story. So once upon a time, it took a hiatus from McDonald's. Worked there since I was 10 years old. But small little break in there. Moved down to Scottsdale, Arizona, and worked for Yelp. Not going to bash Yelp. Great company. Fun place to work. If you're not into cold calling small businesses to get them to see if they want to advertise on a small platform or a large platform, not the job for you. Don't work at Yelp. Sucked. $80 a day talking to people who don't want to talk to you. Rough. But had to stay focused.
People don't like when you just randomly call them throughout the day to sell them stuff?
Yep.
That's
weird, huh?
It sounds like my job in IT.
But they had fridges and kitchens just stocked with food. Yelp really took care of their employees, but they sugar-free Red Bull stacked on stacked. So I would drink probably 5 daily with green tea on top of that, with a cold brew on tap on top of that. Yeah, I wasn't living a healthy lifestyle. I was, and I was still tired. Like at the end of the day, I was still tired.
That's so sick. I need that life.
Drank way too much Red Bull.
Drinking nothing but. You've done that before.
But if I had free access to caffeine.
Yeah, it's not a good thing for you. You don't need that.
My fight against sleep would be so much easier.
That's not what we need.
I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I brought it up. My goal is to just not need sleep anymore. Mm-hmm. Because once I had the realization that we were recommended to sleep for a third of our lives. So you miss a third of your life. That frightened me. I was like, I feel like that's a third of what I should be doing in my life is just gone forever. And caffeine helps quite a bit in that situation.
I'm with you, but I don't know. Sleep is nice. I like it. I like some good dreams
imagine
on
if you
occasion.
didn't have to.
Just chilling.
Like, you know how a lot of people they'll ask you, would you rather fly or be invisible or what superpower? Mine would be to never need to sleep. You imagine if you had 24 hours of a day to do whatever you wanted to do?
I've been an insomniac at one point in my life. It just led to a lot of Food Network
at
3 a.m.
Okay, I would get pretty hooked into some Food Network at 3 a.m. Anyway, that is my goal in life, is to fight sleep to the end. I did hear Fletch and Zach, they are paramedics down in Vegas, which cannot be too fun during the COVID situation. But they said their entire hospital is full of white monsters. If you open the door, like even the big 24-ounce ones.
The Monster Satan Brew.
Yeah, the Satan Brew. But white monsters falling out of the door. Could you imagine if I had that job? I would save so many lives. I wouldn't even need the ambulance.
You'd last a week and then die. Like your heart would give out.
That'd be a PR of a week, though. I'd be setting all
Yeah, it's a good point.
You would just see me flying past the ambulance, just running,
just trucking it,
just
like
shotgun.
I would have a beer helmet or a Camelback full of those things, just whip it around, just spit it out to give someone a CPR and put it back in and keep going. Okay, wow, that was real off topic. I don't know how we got to there. Anyway, if you need me to save your life, throw caffeine at me and I'll find a way.
So, I guess on the scale here, so the what was it? Rockstar Juice? Is that what it was last week?
Yeah.
I put that as a 7 on my 1 to Monster Satan Brew. I'd give this like a 3. It's not great. It's not bad. Like it's just. I would never, especially for the price. Don't buy this.
Yeah, stupid.
Don't buy this.
Don't let Red Bull win this situation. Or this fight anymore. Ed, I need you 1 to White Monster. How good is it?
I'd say it's a 4.5.
Okay. That ain't bad. I would say taste wise, it's about a 6. I kind of like it, 6 or 7. the company Caffeine, everything I feel bad for them, -2. I don't like this company. To be honest with you, and I didn't want to drop this, but I will drop this. But I was given a, who knows the actual research behind this, but they have a real caffeine content versus what they say is their caffeine content. And the article even said Red Bull is like 50% of what it says on the can. So you're not my friend, Red Bull. Don't try to sponsor me. I don't want it. Thank you.
Moving on. So let's shift directions here. Let's shift over to Ed here. So Ed, as we kind of mentioned in the intro here, you are the director of operations over 7 McDonald's in the greater Missoula area. That covers what? Lolo? Do you have stuff further down even than that into like Hamilton area and all that?
Yeah, we got one store in Hamilton. Give me one second. Mozzie's just freaking out.
Bring Mozzie onto the podcast.
See, this man out here does it all.
Just a true gentleman and scholar. He has people coming over for another business that he runs, and he is taking time out of his day to be on here.
I wish I was Ed.
So do I.
I don't know if you guys, the tank top has got me right now.
They'll see the tank top.
Why do we not have tank tops?
We're making sure that that's happening.
Look at this dog.
The puppy. Oh, Moz.
This is Mozzie, my mini Aussie Doodle.
All right, well, no.
What a lovely creature.
Should I get a dog?
Probably at some point.
Well, when?
Yeah.
Sullivan needs a friend. You need to get a big dog.
Well, I don't think we're getting a big dog.
You have to. Who else is Sully going to play with?
Mozzie's like perfect size. Like 25, 30 pounds.
Sullivan's the perfect size. He's 60 pounds and is a just true beauty of a dog. Come here, Sullivan.
No. Oh, God.
Oh, come here.
Oh, God.
Yep.
I don't know.
Come over here. Oh, look at how nice he is. He's not even getting in the camera shot.
He just wants you to rub his belly. He doesn't actually like you. See?
That's why he stays around, just for belly rub. Vote.
Do I get a dog?
Yeah.
Shoot. Okay, hold on.
Dogs
They're
are fun.
expensive, though, man.
I will say,
I'm not letting Blonde watch this
dealing with
podcast.
a puppy is not always the funnest situation. You have to get through that first year. It's like a year of training and them just doing everything that you don't want them to do. Everybody else around you adores them and loves the puppy, but all you're going to be wishing for is that thing turns into a dog as quick as possible.
I feel like all I heard you say when you had a puppy was it sucked, but every girl wanted to come talk to you.
Yeah, and Sullivan
I don't need either of those in my life right now.
Sullivan knew it too. He was a real ladies man. We were taking a hike up the M. And as we kind of came around the corner, we passed by these 2 girls that were walking down. And all of a sudden, he puts his head up and just struts on by. And they're like, oh, my God, he's the most adorable little puppy. We love him. And all of a sudden, he just stops and just kind of turns back around and walked right to them. And then just sat down on the ground and waited for pets and right on their feet.
I would do that, too, if I was him.
He just knows.
Well played.
He knows.
Yeah.
Genius.
And so yeah, I don't know. Puppies they're fun for the first few days, and then you're just like, just please become a dog.
Well, look at that. Before we even get into this whole dating topic that we have, there's step 1: get a puppy.
Get a puppy. It's the easiest way. That's how I got my fiance. If I did not have a puppy, it would not have happened.
That's true. Well played. Sorry, Ed.
Fact.
Okay, let's get back to. I want to talk business. Let's talk McD's.
Yeah.
What's good? How much? I know that COVID adventure messed it up a little bit. Do you guys? How's it going? Are you takeout or can people come in now?
Yeah, so I guess I should give a little background on myself. So people were like, who the hell is this guy talking about McDonald's, thinking he knows? He looks super young. Been with McDonald's since 10 years old. That's when my parents bought their first store in Oregon. Came over to Missoula 3 years later. Went through high school, college. Now the director of operations for 7 McDonald's. Becoming an owner myself, going through a process, pretty lengthy process that the corporation puts you through, but it's good. It weeds the bad ones out. I'm about a year out, less than a year, hopefully, fingers crossed, from becoming an owner or operator myself.
That's so cool.
So cool.
So back to your question of where we at currently. Montana only has 20 active cases, so things aren't bad up here. but that doesn't mean we're rushing to let people sit inside and eat food, because there's a lot of strict procedures, and it's just a lot to add to our plate if we do allow people to come and sit down and eat. So everything's takeout or drive-through only delivery.
What is that? Because I always wonder, especially for like the numbers wise with companies, how much does that affect? Because I know layoffs had to happen across everyone's board, but would there be any chance that a company would see this and just figure, hey, why don't we just go full-time pickup, delivery, or drive-through only? Or is it just crushing numbers right now?
So when this initially started, this whole COVID thing, we got hit pretty hard. I'd say about almost a third of our business just disappeared. And so, and then it slowly just started gradually going up back to normal. And right now we're sitting better than we were. We're not down as much. You know, our travel stores across the highway, not getting as much traffic, not that many people traveling around, but
and those are ones that are primarily located within, such as like the Y store and that kind of stuff, that it's located like connected to a gas station, all that kind of stuff. So business is going to come to the gas station first and then travel through, grab some food, grab a bite as you're heading out of town. So just give a little bit of background on that one.
Do I see businesses just adopting this model as the new norm? Maybe.
Because that's not a bad idea. You could delete overhead and staff.
Well, I think you still have to keep some staff. I mean, it's going to depend on how many.
Well, not all staff, but if you don't have to have people walking around cleaning, doing tables, throwing stuff away.
It is interesting because of some of the news that's come out about some companies that are looking, opening up new stores or looking to the future and what they're going to do. I think a store such as McDonald's has set themselves up pretty well with being a huge takeout facility that everybody I would say that I know and I've talked to regards McDonald's not as so much as an eat-in place, but a place of, takeout and getting food heading out. I mean, their inside stores are great too, don't get me wrong, but it's mostly quick in and out compared to a store such as like a Chipotle that is, you're going to go through the line, then sit down and eat your food and then get out. Still quick food, but it's in a little bit different sense. But I've even heard that they are now transitioning to where future Chipotles, they're looking at actually putting in drive-thrus for them so that they can, just in case, I think stores are just going to start future-proofing themselves.
How funny would it be if it was a drive-thru similar to how you were inside? So you had to slowly drive with the person as they're making your burrito. That'd be so great.
So sorry, Ed. Sorry.
I don't think. Actually, I'll say with almost certainty that McDonald's would never eliminate lobby altogether.
That's good.
When it comes to adapting to the future, we never look to kill jobs or cut overhead in that way. The job market itself is doing that. There are way too many jobs for the people that are out there working. There's a worker shortage. There isn't a job shortage.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Anyone listening to the podcast, you want a job, you live in Missoula, hit me up. I got you. I'll make something happen, I swear to God.
Look at that.
There you go.
Dang.
Look at that.
Employing people
as we
through
said
a podcast.
beforehand, a gentleman and a scholar, just throwing jobs out there as
Legendary.
So
we didn't have to lay anyone off. We
nice.
went to a hiring freeze, so everyone who wanted to work and could come to work got to keep their hours. We didn't want to take someone on new and have to cut other people's hours. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, heck
that's good to hear.
Yeah, that's big time. I was just super curious just because this whole thing has been really fun. I think I was telling you maybe last night we actually got to go to Texas Roadhouse and have dinner, and it was kind of crazy. We had to go call super in advance, get a reservation. The coolest part is as soon as you drive through the back, you have to follow all the lines of where you're going. And the guy, swear to God, he's the owner of the company. He was sitting in his truck out back because it was raining really hard. He'd roll his window down. First thing, y'all got your masks? Like, yep. Oh, awesome. All right, so here's what he was so pumped, man. He was like, you follow around, you'll see some people at the tent. They'll tell you what to do, and probably 3 different times. Just so happy to have you guys, man. We're so happy to be back. And He was so pumped. And then as soon as you walked in, you just had to have your mask on, sit down, mask off. Everything was normal. I think they socially distanced the tables.
Yeah.
So every other one. But waitress was awesome. She had her mask and gloves. But you could tell everyone in there was so pumped to finally work
Just be
again.
back. Yeah.
And the only thing that was different was they can't leave condiments at the table now.
Yeah, just because of that. Yeah.
But
right.
they would just bring you little serving cups.
Oh, nice.
Whatever. Yeah, it's cool. And then you just had to put your mask on and you could leave again. But we took probably 4 pictures, and everyone said about every 10 minutes, God, I'm just so happy to sit in a restaurant again.
Yeah.
It felt like we were doing something like really special. Like we had to take a picture just to document first time back out at a restaurant.
The slow return.
I ate so much. Anytime someone was like, "Ooh, I might take this home," I was like, "Nuh-uh." Because I knew I could dirty like 10 plates and I didn't have to clean a single one again.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last time. Just, man, not having to do dishes and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
So
I looked
much
back
nicer.
and saw those dishes and just like a single tear. I was like, oh, someone take this,
Yes.
please.
So
it was
crazy.
phenomenal.
I'm gonna put in a plug real quick and say anyone who's listening that goes out to eat, the rules are different, right? The game has changed. Don't be mean to your wait staff or to the restaurant.
Yes.
Like, be patient.
Yep.
We're all adapting.
Yep. I'm with you.
Just don't be mean.
Just don't be mean in general.
Yeah, just don't be
ELE.
mean ever, but especially now. Like, be understanding, be compassionate.
I was giving a
Like
hard
Taylor
time.
just brought up that that was a huge deal going out to eat.
Oh, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it that way.
I was given a hard time for the use of this word in the last podcast, but don't be a beehole. There's no need. There's no need. Don't be a beehole to people. Just be nice. We're all in this.
Be nice.
Yeah, it's unnecessary beeholeage is just getting. Oh man, I hope that catches on for people.
Ed, I want to step back a little bit, even outside the COVID situation, all that, and McDonald's operation as a whole, because I know it is a situation that most people have no idea, do not understand. They just think McDonald's, they think Monsters Corporation, they think lots of storefronts, but they don't understand that each of those are actually owned and operated by families such as yourself. And then underneath that, you work in cooperation with the McDonald's Corporation to make sure your store is up to a certain standard. Certain procedures are put in place from the corporate office. But those stores are actually, in most cases, family operated, such as yours. Can you just speak a little bit to that and just go over how that process works and what the dynamic is between you and that corporate environment?
Yeah, so I would say, don't quote me on this figure, but about 90% of the McDonald's in the U.S. are franchised out to an owner operator, and it's a pretty cool thing that it is a family-owned business. You know, you have a mom or a dad that usually starts it, and they really take it off. And like I said, I was 10 years old when I started working in the McDonald's. I was cleaning the lobby and putting lids on drinks, and because it was a family-owned business, the child labor laws doesn't really apply. But you know, it's something I grew up in, and I don't see other like corporation type businesses or franchisees doing that. Like mom and pop shops, sure, but McDonald's is like we call each other mixed family because it's the relationship between owner operators to each other and the corporation or our suppliers. It's really tight. The whole process of becoming an owner, like my mom started from the bottom. She came over from Korea. My dad brought her over. He was in the military. First job, didn't speak English, made salads and biscuits from scratch. Just worked her way up and fought through a lot of adversity, and here we are today. But McDonald's is one of those companies it'll give you an opportunity if you continue to fight for it, and someone's looking out for you. So when it comes to myself, I kind of have a path paved out for me, but like I said earlier, it's really strenuous, and they want to make sure that the people who they approve to be an owner operator and can run one themselves, they're not going to fail. They're not going to have a crappy McDonald's. I think we all know a fast food restaurant that we've gone into that's like, I'm kind of scared to eat here. Yeah, McDonald's doesn't want that for their brand. So, and I certainly don't want that being part of McDonald's myself. You know, I'm proud of who I work with and who I work for. So, yeah. Did I answer your question, CJ?
Yeah, I think you're getting there. I just find it intriguing just when I learned about this, because I mean, before, you know, you and I became friends, I knew nothing about that kind of world, and just getting more and more information from you as you are getting more and more into the ownership role, and just right now, of course, being in the director role that you are, and how that all runs. That whole dynamic is just fascinating to me. I mean, things down to how the families actually own the physical store. You guys own the store, but McDonald's owns the underlying land. And
Yep.
that just, small things like that I've just never known. It's just fascinating learning that kind of stuff and seeing how that all actually works from somebody who is in the midst of going through all that and transition of ownership and all that.
Well, the real question, Ed, is when are you going to pack up and just move down here and just, you know, toss them? We'll start anew. Just say, hey, we're starting the next ones in Denver.
I don't know, man. The Denver crew, it's full of owner-operators' kids who are owner-operators themselves. We call them ourselves Next Gen. It's a really tight-knit group down there, and they're very successful. And
well, give me a name. I'll go
steal
get in. I'll just say, hey, I got a
don't
guy.
want to steal from them, but I would love to be a part of their group. So, you know.
It's
I'll keep my
expanding
ears
like
We just
crazy.
want you to come hang out with us, Ed. That's all that we care about.
As we have
There's a
found-
direct flight, Missoula to Denver.
Okay,
So
then you got
hop
to take
on it
that
right
flight.
now.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on.
Speaking of coming and visiting, Chad, I hear you're in the process of buying a house.
I am buying a house, and it is the worst thing that I've ever gone through, and also the best thing that I've ever gone through. It has been a very stressful week trying to make sure that everything goes through, getting all the paperwork in and all that kind of stuff to ensure that everything is working as it should. And God dang, I know both of you guys have already been through this. Ed, your situation is very similar to mine because my house is a new build as well. You got to choose yourself. I didn't, just because of the situation that occurred with how we were able to get it. But man, I've signed, I think, the same damn form 14 times, and I am tired of it. I am sick of it, and I don't want to do it anymore. Talking to 18 different people at different times, each telling me, you know, like, oh yeah, you got to do this, go here, go to here, you got to go to this side and sign this. I need these 45 pieces of information. Oh, you don't remember where you lived 47 years ago? Well, go find out and let me know what the address is.
Just wait until you sit down with
ludicrous.
more than this. And the lady's like, sign that. Sign that.
Yes, and that's what I'm preparing myself for, because my mother is a title, she manages a title company, and I was telling her, like, is this normal? I have to sign all this crap? She goes, oh yeah, and you get to sign it all again plus more once you're actually at the closing time.
I think what you should do is just get your signature as a stamp so you can just...
Well, that's the thing, is that at least
I was
that's
actually
kind of
thinking about
happening.
that today.
It's not bad.
Yeah, for that situation, at least right now, like most of the forms are online based, so they're DocuSign forms that you just go in and you just can click your name and just keep signing things. But you still want to read through a portion of this because there's so much money going into it.
I probably should have read more.
Yeah,
than
I didn't. I just finally, at a certain point, I just trusted in the magnificent, fantastic realtor and the magnificent, fantastic lender that we're currently working with, and just let them say everything's going to be okay. And I just started clicking sign. So
yeah.
It has been a...
Isn't it so scary how easily one of those things could have been like,
yes,
your life belongs to me?
Yes. It's just also scary, the amount of money, like you see the amount of money that you're about to take a loan out on, and it makes you want to vomit. And
it doesn't feel like a real number.
No, it's fake
it
money.
Doesn't feel
it's
real.
fake money at this point.
It feels like when Grand Theft Auto, you're like, yeah, I just got to go like rob a couple people or type in a cheat code, and then cool, I'll buy this house.
And I think all three of us are in the same situation. So big numbers and that kind of, I did not have any school loans. I did not have to take out school loans. So people that I know that have $50,000, $60,000 school loans and all that kind of stuff that they're having to pay back.
Yeah.
That is nothing that I've ever experienced. I've never seen that. The biggest loan that I've seen is for my car that was like 10 grand, 12 grand. So seeing all of a sudden the amount that this house is going to be in a loan form just makes me think I will never get out of this. I am stuck in this for forever, and I will die paying back this amount
they're
of
like
money.
30-year fixed loan, and
Yeah.
you're like, it's 57.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So
Like, that doesn't
I don't know.
end.
It's also super, super exciting. I am so happy to be getting into a house situation. Rent in Denver area is absurd. So getting into a house that is comparable to my rent is great. Knowing that I own the place, I can do what I want to it. I will now have a nice dedicated office / studio space where we can do this, where I don't have to set up all this freaking crap equipment every single week as we're trying to do this. So it's fantastic to be on that front, but everything else with it. Once I have the keys in my house and I walk through that door and I'm like, thank God it's mine. My stuff is here. I don't have to sign any more stuff. It's going to be the most exciting day probably of my entire life. But as of right now, it sucks.
Don't you think it's funny when you're buying a house and you kind of think, rough estimate, here's my budget, but you find yourself saying yes to so much you shouldn't be saying yes to?
Yes, that's exactly dude, I will not say any numbers on here because I'm not
Right.
doing that.
Right.
But I will say that our initial number with which we came to now, I am making a tad bit more money, but still the initial number that we'd come up with, we're like, hey, we're gonna stay in this range. That got blown out of
Not
the
even
water
close.
immediately. Not even close. It just was immediate worth over that, and we're just gonna keep trucking along and hope
But
that
there's
everything
so
works
much
out.
stuff you don't know is coming because you're like,
Yeah.
okay, let me go see this house. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Cool. Let's get rocking on this. Okay, well now it's gonna be about $400 for someone to come and praise it. Another
Yep.
$200. Someone's got to
At
check
least that stuff
everything
gets
else out.
applied to the closing cost. So like your closing cost number, it actually factor out. Thankfully, it
I didn't
factors
even know
in all
I was
that.
gonna have to write a giant check just to do everything. I
Oh,
just
really?
figured someone's gonna give me a loan, I'll pay that monthly. Not even close.
Yeah, no, you have to bring quite a bit. See, that's I guess one thing that I will say that's been nice is that my mother is an absolute saint, and I have called her probably this past week. I was averaging about 9 calls to her a day, just asking her questions about every single little thing, and she has been so wonderful and just walking me through all that, and has not told me at all that I'm just a moron and just sign these things and just get past it. So. Thankfully, she has been very understanding and has walked me through a bunch of this. But man,
Can we just put a plug in for the moms real quick?
moms out there, you're the best.
Can we just get some love for the moms?
Best,
From-
moms are the best.
I feel like we
They're
talked
the
about
absolute
how great
best.
your moms are. Mom, love you. I hope you're watching
Yeah,
this.
Ed's mother is the American dream and encapsulated, and is one of the most wonderful ladies of all time. My mother is fantastic and a saint, except when you relate her to Taylor. In that case, she is mean mom. And then Mama Steph from Taylor's side of the
Mama
thing.
Steph
Who's
goes
just-
hard.
She is the best, and she's just always a good time when hanging out.
Poor mom. Dude, Mama Steph was walking in Walmart, slipped, went down decently hard on some water.
Oh,
I was like, you should be owning that store by now.
Yeah.
And she's such a beast. She hopped up. She's like, I'm good. Whatever. So it kind of hurt a little bit. Now she's barely walking, which is not good. But she was like grind mode down in the gym,
man,
working out. Yeah.
Beast.
Feel bad. We love the moms though. Big plug for the moms. Big mom friendly stream here.
yes.
We just earned so many brownie points for that.
Love our moms. Big mama boys here.
Yeah, that was big time for
Love you,
sure.
Mom.
One thing I did want to ask, I want to talk because Ed, we've talked about this a couple times, and I just love the conversation because Chad and I have been out of the dating game for a minute now, and I've been out of the dating game for 7 years.
I've been out for a couple years
Well,
now.
I
And
was
I've
so-
never, and you and I both never experienced what is currently dating, which is
On your phone?
on your phone. I did not
It
do
sucks.
that.
It's the worst.
I thought I was going to have to transition into that, and then I met my fiance in a dog park. So
True. The hard part, I want to get into Ed's here, but I talk to a lot of my athletes about this a lot of times, and I get so mad that these kids don't know how to just walk up to girls and say,
what's good?
You want some dinner?
Yeah.
I'll buy you free dinner if you just want to go hang out and talk. Just ask them on a date.
Just looking for a friend.
I was so mad because I have beautiful athletes that come in to work out, and then I got these jacked beast football players that are, you know, I got the perfect world here. And
There's no
the
commingling.
girl will leave or the guy will leave and they'll text me, hey, yo, who was that? What's her deal? Why didn't you were there for an hour. You got to just say, hey, what's your name? Where do you go? What sport do you play? Start a conversation. Oh, you eat food, I eat food. Might as well go get food together.
I think that you have to understand, though, Taylor, that even back in our day, most people were not about that. You're blonde. Turn it off right now. Skip forward about 5-10 minutes.
You're the only girl I've ever dated, I promise.
Skip ahead a little bit. Taylor was the absolute king at talking to any girl. Every single time I talked to this kid, because we were best of friends, but we went to different schools. Every single week I talked to this dude, he had a different girlfriend.
No,
and that
babe,
is from the
it's
time.
only you, I
that
promise.
is the time from 7th grade up through almost all of high
Chad,
school.
I get married in 7 weeks. I have to make sure I get to that.
He's the only one, blonde. You can turn it back on now.
Yeah, I've only dated her. You're the best. I promise. No other. I don't even see girls when I walk down. It's like I just live in a world of guys and one girl.
So transitioning back, Ed, you are our fish in the water. Please,
What is the
sir.
sea like?
enlighten us in the sea.
I don't know. I want to touch on what Taylor said in that. Chad, you saw it. I was like that. I was afraid to go up and talk to girls. 100%.
In math class, at one point, he wanted to talk to this girl that we sat behind almost the entire math class. This was our freshman year in college. I got everybody in our area to stand up and walk away to another portion of the classroom, leaving just those two there, and he still did not talk to her.
Ed, that is how I met Blonde.
Terrified, man.
You know what works
I was
really
terrified
good?
to talk to her. Like it's a rejection thing. But like now I'm fine. Like 100% I'm fine. Don't even worry about it. But it's a fear of rejection and self-confidence thing that you just kind of have to grow into yourself.
I kind of cheated though. I just asked her for gum every day, and to be honest with you, we all understood my attention during all classes. I was looking for anything else to do, so I was like, cute chick right behind me, boring math class in front of me.
Killed two birds with one stone.
Well, it was perfect. My friend on the team was here. His girlfriend was her friend there. So it was really easy to flip around, talk to her friend. Hey, did you do this? Oh, by the way, cute blonde girl, do you have gum?
Smart.
Boom. Or forgot my pencil. Do you have a pencil? I had thousands of pencils.
Smart.
But here's the kicker, and she will fight me on this to this day. She, on Valentine's Day, she brought me a pack of gum. On the wrapping, it said Happy Valentine's Day. It had a bunch of little hearts on it. For me, she says to this day, it just said Happy Valentine's Day with no hearts. There was at least 4 hearts on this thing. 3 hearts, maybe. 4 hearts, that means interested.
Yep.
So, I took it upon myself to attack. Granted, it took a lot longer for it to get going. But I saw that 4th heart, and I said, yep.
There's something here.
So, just ask for gum every day. If she gets annoyed, it ain't working. If she brings you gum with hearts on it, you're in. You're in. 7 years later, you're planning a wedding.
Speaking of which, I need a +1 to your wedding, Taylor. Anyone listening, you want to be my +1? Rachel,
Sojin, we're sending this over to you right now.
Chad
Ed is the best.
I like Chad's idea.
Sojin.
Ed, we don't need your idea.
Sojin, we're going to make sure you watch this piece. You have to watch this entire thing and see the legend that is Ed. He will be at that wedding. And I am partnered up with you to walk down.
Oh, yeah.
And I will be just telling you about Ed the entire time we do that. So be prepared.
Don't
So's gonna
believe
be
anything
walking
he
down,
says.
like
Be
teary-eyed, and he's just be like, don't worry about up there. You see that guy sitting there?
He's right
see
over
that
there.
stud whose sleeves aren't fitting right now? I got you, Ed.
See that stud over
tell.
there in the sleeveless suit? Yeah, that's
Please,
Ed. He's your boy.
please wear a sleeveless suit to my wedding.
Absolutely not.
My dad is thinking we'll figure it out, really, because he said he does not fit in a suit. I've seen him in a suit. It's not his look. It's really weird to see my dad trying to get into a suit. But he said he's going to go more Western attire.
Oh,
I want more sleeveless attire at my wedding.
yeah.
I feel like it's not my wedding with that many sleeves.
Yeah,
Every girl's going to be no sleeves. Why can't the guys?
that's what I'm saying, man.
You gonna wear a dress with no
Can I wear
sleeves?
cut off?
We should be.
Yes, please. I highly encourage sleeveless wedding. What was I just saying? Oh,
Doing
okay.
lots of curls during COVID.
Yes. Well, we'll have stuff to curl out there. We'll curl whatever's out on the farm. But Ed, what's going on? Tell me about dating now. I have not been in the game. What's going on? How do we survive? If I were to walk into the dating game now, babe, we're fine. If I were to walk in now, what do I expect?
You need to download a dating app.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, they all suck. 100% all suck. I've been on a couple of dating app dates, and it's just weird because there's like this weird expectation that's not being talked about. That's like already there because you both already know each other's attractive and like you're interested into each other, but you don't know what the other person's thinking. Do they just want to, have a good time, or are they actually looking to date? And it's really awkward. So
Interesting.
My advice is don't take it too seriously. Don't take the dating apps too seriously, and don't sit there and swipe forever because I've met some good friends off of the dating apps, but if you're looking for a quality connection,
So what would happen
probably
now
should
if
do it in
I'm?
purpose.
Well, the gym is always tough because everyone's pretty weird at the gym.
Yeah, I mean it's impossible. I mean the gym is a
Man,
tough
I
situation.
go straight up to people in the gym, be like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Oh, perfect. So
Chatting.
So if I was at McD's right now and I see some girl get a Oreo McFlurry, I'm like, damn, I like me some Oreo McFlurry. And I'm like, hey, girl, I heard you got some Oreo McFlurry. And we started a conversation. Would that work nowadays or no?
I don't know, man. Probably. My thing is like just going in as a friend. Like just be their friend at first.
So friend zone yourself.
Don't slide into the
That
DMs.
seems like the opposite of how it used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, like, don't just come on so strong. Be like, hey, you want to go have a date? You want to go on a date with me? Like, the girl's gonna turn around and be like, haha, in your face. Nope.
I didn't meet you on Bumble. I don't want to see your face.
I heard a great pickup line yesterday.
Okay.
It was, hey, you can call me COD servers because you can crash at my place tonight. I know. I thought it was super relevant
Pretty
too.
good.
Especially last night
Especially
since the
last
servers
night's
were terrible.
train wreck that we played through. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. Ed, I think I was playing with you and the clip was playing and his car, we were trying to get back in. Yeah, he was going and it launched him backwards and he was just getting shot, but his car was just doing this. It was like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And he turned to shoot, and I said, your bullets ain't going anywhere. What are you doing?
He was moonwalking backwards while trying to opening the crate. He couldn't get the crate open because he just kept moonwalking him backwards.
It looked a lot like Michael Jackson meets Stormtrooper. And that's exactly what we had in COD last night.
It was not fun. I'm going to be honest.
Bad.
Those last few games were not fun.
You know I love to jump. I'm going to jump a little bit. We'll come back. Can you tell me, because we haven't talked about video games, and I love video games. We're just going to talk about them real quick. Ed and CJ, I know you're going to say don't worry about it, don't download it. Can you resell me on Sea of Thieves? Because
Dude,
you guys are playing it so much. I used to love it. Help me. Help me fall back in love with it.
It's a fun game, man. Like, there's a lot to do now. There's like 5 factions, and you raise a flag, and you just go kill other players, or just you get like 8 quests at once, and you just tackle them all and just get a ton of loot, and then you're like, palms are sweaty trying to get it all sold.
Oh man, that's a lot of anxiety.
Kraken, not difficult to kill anymore if you have a good crew. Meg, not difficult to kill if you have your own crew. Like if you have a good crew, the crew is crucial though. Like you need a solid crew. Last night we were playing with I would not solo that game.
Bummer.
But last night we were playing with a kid who's never played before, taught him the ropes. We just took on like 7 ghost ships, no problem.
Really? Oh shoot.
You can go for it. I can't do it.
Got like 200 grand in gold.
It would be fun just getting on drunk on a boat again.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get on it for 2 reasons. I've tried a couple times and I just couldn't get into it. Now I don't have Xbox Live, so that just kind of ruins that one.
No, well, it'd be like that.
That'll do it to you.
Wait, do you need that on PC though?
Yeah, Yeah, because you still need that, I think, to connect with everybody. I think you still need Xbox Live.
Well, that feels bad.
So,
all right, maybe Ed. We'll see. Because then
You know you want to.
I feel like if I'm gonna play with you guys on not a try hard game, because you guys have been grinding Astroneer.
I love Astroneer. We talked about it last week,
Yeah,
so we won't talk about it again. But I love that
Looks
game.
fun. Okay, but I just saw you guys on Sea of Thieves, and I figured maybe. I've had a lot of people reach back out about getting back into that game, but I feel as if I was trying to stream it, it seems boring to watch, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I
think it
watched
kinda depends on
Summit
the
play
thing.
it the other day, and it was pretty entertaining.
That poor bastard. Did I tell you what happened to him? It was
Yeah,
about 2 weeks
you
ago.
told me.
Did I tell you
I don't know
this?
about CJ though.
So you know Summit 1G?
Yeah.
I just saw a video the other day. It was during the entire Valorant boom. Mm-hmm. This man, first of all, had 300,000 viewers at one point during this whole thing, and thought he was on screen. Thought he hid his face cam, which is always funny when you don't hide your face cam because you know you're doing something that people shouldn't see. Mm-hmm. Thought he hid it, turns, grabs a bong, and you see just the top part, and he sees himself on camera. He goes, whoop, and hid the face cam. He goes, that was a vase. I was helping my mom clean her vase and holding flowers, so that was a vase, everybody. 2 days later, his Monster energy drink refrigerator in the background was gone, and he lost the entire sponsorship because of it.
No.
Because he forgot to hit one button and cover up his screen. Granted, okay, everyone's gonna be like, well, he did it because he was smoking weed. But first of all, he's in Colorado.
Yeah.
You're going to act like he's the only one smoking out here. You're silly. But
that's
so unfortunate.
brutal.
That is very fun if you guys go and watch the funniest things caught on stream that weren't supposed to be caught on stream. Go and indulge. It is hilarious because the reactions when people realize that was on stream are gold. If I do that, we're not going to talk about that, by the way. We're just going to delete it.
Play it.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm going to clip it
Delete
right into here.
Keep going.
It's going to be something real dumb. We'll skip it and go. All right. Well, good call, Ed. We'll dive back into it a little bit. We'll dive back in.
Okay.
Okay, so and then lastly, what I was going to ask you, tell me about the PR Food Club. I know that they're all in there right now waiting for you.
Yeah, I got three or four of the gang of the PR Food Club.
How did this start? Or I guess give us what is it?
So it's what it started as is just some friends from the gym who look to, meal prep. Meal prep kind of sucks on your own. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it pays off during the week because then you're saving money. You're not eating crappy food. It stays you on your fitness game. So me and one other guy, Jared, we came up with the idea of, hey, let's just get a bunch of us to do it together. We'll all eat the same thing for lunch and cook on Sundays and hang out. So
that's awesome.
That's cool.
What it started as. So
move down here so we can do that together.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're cooking though, because I'm terrible.
This week we got loaded sweet potatoes with grilled chicken and black beans. Last week we did a elk and sausage chili, sweet potato chili.
What?
I love it.
I'm told.
Can I cook?
Yeah.
I'm D's.
Chad does make these. You might want the. I don't know how healthy were our sweet pork tacos we made.
It depends on the ones. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, because you don't. I just like. Are you talking?
The root beer ones.
Yeah, they're not bad. Because you don't drink any of that kind of stuff. It just breaks down the meat.
Ed, when he first moved here, we ate tacos for 8 days in a row. I think it was.
Yeah.
Love it.
We just kept making tacos. They're so good. Yeah. He made the best tacos, man. It was like pork and root beer in a slow roaster.
Yeah,
slow cooker. I guess would be the word I was looking for. Mm-hmm. Words are hard. Anyway, continue, Ed. So now what are you guys doing with it?
So we're just kind of building content on our Instagram page at PR Food Club. Give it a follow.
We'll put it in the description. He'll send it over to me and I'll put it in the description.
We're laying out the macros. It's not laying out any instructions on how to cook the meals yet, but we're kind of just seeing where this thing goes.
That's it.
Maybe it's something we do in a kitchen like a shared kitchen that we just rent out. But when you talk to people at the gym, you know, the thing that they want to dial in the most is their eating habits.
Yeah.
So if I'm pretty sure if, you know, you approach me back in the day, it's like, hey, I got these good fresh meals and here's the macros and they taste delicious. You want to buy them. I'd be like, yeah, don't have to worry about lunch for the whole week. So that's maybe where we go. I don't know. We're going to get some merch out pretty soon.
Nice.
See,
Love it.
I usually just crush McDonald's apple pies and call it good. Boom.
No,
Hashtag
ain't nothing
ad.
wrong with that.
Gotcha, buddy.
Hashtag ad. Hashtag DoorDash.
Yeah, just
DoorDash
bucked up
your
energy
McDonald's.
drinks and
I heard the
McDonald's
best
apple
DoorDash story
pies.
this week. There's this dude who was selling. He owns a pizza joint. I don't remember where this was at, but he wasn't on DoorDash. But DoorDash all of a sudden started putting out there that you could like order on like Google, if you search for his restaurant on Google, that you could buy his pizzas through there. But then also you'd go through the page and it like wouldn't work or whatever. But finally he just kind of let it go through because they were pricing his pizzas at $16 when he was actually selling them for $24. So he went ahead and did a little tester where he bought 10 of his own pizzas for $16 and then charged back $24 to DoorDash and was just making profit. So then he just as a joke, just to get back at them for basically driving him into having to use their app, just bought a bunch of his own pizzas at the $16 price and then charged back and was making some decent revenue on that extra $8.
That's awesome. You think DoorDash would take my training like that and just keep charging back my
Yeah,
training?
right? Yeah. Like, dude, I don't know. That'd be try to sell trading through there. You should try it.
Just
to
pick
see
me up
what
and
it
drive
is.
me to
Yeah.
somebody's house, start training them. That'd be sweet.
One entree, which is like a 45-minute workout. You can buy an appetizer, which is like the ending stuff for like 10 minutes. And
Stretching, yeah.
Yeah, stretching for 10 minutes.
Dude, that'd be sweet. I'd do it. Especially if I didn't have to drive. I just lay in the back and they'll drop me off somewhere. Yeah, that'd be big time. Well, that's cool. So what's the goal here? So now, right now it's just building hype, building content, hopefully getting a kitchen, and then just rolling, trying to grow it and throw food at people.
Yeah, see if people are interested in buying and go from there.
That's so sick.
Or maybe this is a thing that we do on YouTube and or just create the content and people watch it and then we get that YouTube money. I don't know.
That's sweet. That's
Like
like what we're all about, man. Whatever projects you're into. I love more than anything starting new stuff. I've found that's my passion, to start something new, see what happens with it.
Try
and
new
take
things.
off.
That's what we're all about.
Yeah, unfortunately, this guy's like, you, Blondie, mostly you two. I'll just run to every week with a new idea. Hey, let's do this. Start it. 90% of the time, no, terrible.
Hey,
Throw it away, try it again.
always fun though.
Yeah, so that's sweet, man. I'm so pumped. I love hearing about anything that new inventions or creations people are trying to do. That's so cool. Okay, well, so PR Food Club, Instagram at PR Food Club.
Check it out.
Yes,
Go
sir.
fluff and follow
Check it
it
out.
right now, or I'll fight you in real life. There you go, Ed. I'm also your enforcer now too. Okay,
Appreciate
can you fill me in on what the Riri is?
Yeah, so it's
is
a
the worst
great
way to put
time.
that for me,
It
by the
is
way.
the perfect time to talk about this because speaking of new creations, I wish entertainment would more often create new stuff.
Entertainment.
In general, we're talking video games, we're talking movies, because with because of the whole house situation, I went down some dark rabbit holes because I could not get to sleep at night just because everything was keeping me up. And I ended up finding a whole smorgasbord of remakes and remasters of movies and garbage coming out that I just cannot stand any longer. I am talking about things such as you have some good things that came out of this, right? Like out of the remakes, remasters, some decent things. The Jungle Book, decent movie.
Okay.
That was fine. But then you get into some troubling territories, such as the Lion King movie.
Didn't see
The
it.
Lion King movie is first off, any of you people out there that think that thing is live action are dumb. That is an animated movie. Everything in it is animated. Don't don't believe anything Disney says just because they
But it's
claim
real
it's live
looking.
action. That thing was built in a video game engine.
Yeah.
It's all 3D generated.
So there
I
wasn't
don't
a real
care.
animal, right?
Outside of that, love Donald Glover, love Beyonce. They both phoned it in that movie. Their performances sucked. Not only that, the end of that movie, Beyonce, you have an amazing voice. I don't need to hear you singing while I'm watching semi-realistic looking lions tear each other apart. I don't need your voice over the top of that. Just let me watch some tigers try to murder each other. I'm done with it.
I can tell there's passion.
I don't care about it. Get it out of here. Then you have other things starting to pop up. Now all of a sudden we need to have a Hercules live action remake because the last 2 Hercules movies turned out so well. Let's make another one.
Okay, but wait a minute. Okay, did you see the one before The Rock with that other white dude?
Yes.
When he hard flexed his way out of those pillars.
Great. There's
The rest of the movie was terrible.
0.5 seconds.
But at
of
least
some
we got
ladies.
the meanest flex of all time.
I don't care. And then you have then you get onto the video game front where you have all these video game remasters from games that were on a PS3. And it started to trend into this territory now where you just have, for lack of a better word, shitty games in the beginning, now just becoming shitty remakes. Who ever asked for a Mafia 1, 2, and 3 remake remaster? Nobody. Take that stuff and put it where it belongs, in the trash can, because it was garbage. Get it out. We don't want it. We don't need it.
Wait.
Get rid of it.
What was the new one that just came out? Wasn't it like a Final Fantasy remake?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Apparently it's pretty good. I need to play it. I haven't had a chance to play it.
Okay.
But still, like, we create something new.
So let me ask you this.
Give us something new.
I agree. I am pretty fed up with like the remakes especially in the movie world. The game world, I'm just let it go. I wish they would spend their time on new stuff for sure.
Yeah.
What is one thing you would like to see remade?
Well, let me get to my final point here.
Okay.
So we have all of this crap that's occurring. You have all these remakes, remasters, clearly because people such as Disney need to hold on to the trademarks for these entities and these movies and all that kind of stuff to make sure that nobody else can go out and put out different movies of that same type or any sort of remake on their own. And that's also why you have Sony, who's remade Spider-Man 47 times at this point. Spider-Man 2 is the best one. Tobey Maguire, you're my boy. That was a great movie.
Okay. Hold on. We're on Spider-Man. You're gonna get me heated about this. What's the one that everyone fights me on? The second one with Andrew Garfield and Electrode.
Oh God,
Jamie Foxx.
No, that's not a good movie.
Okay, first of all, spoiler alert, I guess. If you haven't seen this at this point, that sucks
Just
to be
don't.
you. Huh?
Just don't watch it.
It has the best superhero ending ever.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, that was cool. I will give them that. They actually went for it.
A
which
lot
is
of
something
people
they
try
usually
to
don't
hate
do.
that movie. If you haven't seen it, mute me for a couple seconds. It's up to you. The main girl dies that he tries to save. That's awesome. When does that ever happen?
Yeah, I mean,
That was
They
so
went
cool.
for it.
Yeah, sure. He beats the bad guy and he just shoots his web all the way down. You're like, great, he's gonna grab her, save the day, then a kiss. Web hits her to grab her. Boom, cracks her head on the cement.
Night.
Dead. I was like,
good night.
yeah, when? So, okay, we'll move back into what you were saying. I have the utmost respect for that movie. The rest of the movie, That
Just
part, great job. I have never seen
I'll
the
give
hero
it to
not
you.
save
But
the day.
overall, like, these things don't need to exist until now, because this whole thing has built up the groundwork for something to come into play that I believe will give us the closure we all need and just completely justifies all the remakes, the remasters, the pushes for these things to be redone.
Okay.
And that is now, in 2021, on HBO Max, we get to see the conclusion of what is possibly the worst trilogy ever made. We get to see the ending of The Man of Steel, which was not a good movie.
Oh, nice.
Batman vs. Superman, which is the worst movie I've ever watched in the theater.
Martha.
And now the Zack Snyder director's cut of Justice League. We get the true ending to this trilogy that started back. We get to see...
Wait. Well,
We get to see a movie that he hadn't even finished directing by the time it was all done.
So how much of it will be different?
We get to see a movie where they're doing reshoots without the actual cast.
Oh,
Would you go away? No,
He
go
was
away.
not a fan of Batman vs. Superman. We get to see a movie that had 2 or 3 different directors. A movie that went through 2 different production teams, I believe. A movie that had a Superman with and without a mustache that they tried to get rid of that did not work.
Okay, but he also did snap General Zod's neck, which I didn't see coming.
Yes.
That was awesome.
We get to see a movie where a Superman
Can we talk about
and
the
a Batman somehow coexist when Superman tore apart an entire city. It is glorious that we finally get the ending that we have all wanted and deserved. So with all of that, remakes, remasters, thank you, because you have gotten us to this point. And I've had this topic for a couple of days. There is one last thing that's come to light, and this is how we will end this podcast. There is now a push to have the David Ayer, he directed the Suicide Squad movie. There is a push to have his director's cut now put out.
Wait, of that movie?
Of that train wreck of a movie.
Wait, so
I
how
didn't
much is
even
going
know
to
there
be
was
different?
a different one.
How much would be different of these movies?
Probably none. I don't know. We'll find out next year. I could not be more excited.
Wait, so how does that happen? Like they have it.
They have
Alright.
all of the stuff that they shot, but then whomever came in afterward just made different directorial decisions, different cuts. So basically, they have specific scenes and specific shots that they felt would push the direction of the movie. But basically, what happened to Zack Snyder is that he had a very, very terrible, tragic thing occur in his life to where he had to step away. I believe it was his. I think it was his daughter who passed away. So very, very terrible situation where he ended up having to step away from actually filming that movie. And that's when they brought in Joss Whedon, which is why when you watch Justice League, there is a stark difference between, you can see basically breaks in the movie between the two. That's why so many people are like, oh, it had more of a Avengers feel to it by the end. And that's because Joss Whedon filmed Avengers and he piped all in that kind of stuff and the more of the humor and all that kind of stuff by the end. So basically what's going to happen now is that there was a cut that Zack Snyder had done, which I'm guessing is going to be more in line with the previous 2 films. And it's just different shots and possibly a different sequence with how things are going to go that will be released instead of what the theatrical
I was hoping
version
they would
was.
just end the entire thing differently. Because
And we don't know. We have no idea
It was
what's
so
going to
bad.
happen with this one. I have no idea what they had in mind. I don't know how they could do much more, but there was another thing that came out like, yeah, they're going to do partial reshoots. I have no idea what that means because they said that the cast is not going to be there. So
that's rad.
I have no idea, but I could not be more excited. So
Ed, you saw all these movies, correct?
I did not watch Batman vs Superman.
Why?
CJ said he would no longer be my friend if I watched it.
It's so funny. Please go watch it.
I couldn't even laugh my way
They
through it.
become best friends because their mom has the same name.
It's terrible.
They go from trying to kill each other and hating each other to one of them just saying, Martha. And he goes, how do you know that name? And then best friends.
So bad.
Best
There's
friends.
just no character motivation to the
And
whole
then
thing.
boom, karate in
Everybody's
garage.
just super fly because nobody cares.
They're doing karate in
Freaking
the
Wonder
garage.
Woman sends Batman an email. Or no, Batman sends Wonder Woman an email that just says, this is you, with like 3 exclamation
It's
points.
so weird.
It's just bad.
But you saw Justice League?
Yes.
Can we talk about how it was okay and the bad guy was kind of tough and you knew Superman was coming back from the first second and then he comes in and just one punches the bad guy? Mm-hmm. What 5-year-old wrote the script there? That was the
Dude, okay.
most...
Real quick, have either of you seen One Punch Man?
It's good.
I
That's a
saw
good show.
The first
Yeah,
episode.
so that's a show that took one punch and did it right.
Right.
Yeah. But you can't.
And just-
That's why I'm saying, like, you can't. It's too tough to have. Superman is too OP. You can't have
yeah.
like great movies nowadays with Superman because he just generates new power. Oh, you're susceptible to ice. All right, now have ice breath. Oh, you're susceptible to a mini version of me that I can shoot out of my hand that has the same powers of me. Here you go. That's a real power that he had. Oh, I need to know who's calling me on the phone in 1957 when this was written. Guess what? I have caller ID in my head. These are the powers that he has.
Would you want to be Superman if you could?
No.
Too easy?
It's too easy. No, thank you.
Ed, would you want to be Superman?
No.
Okay, if you could be one superhero, what would it be?
Oh, which universe are we talking about here?
Any.
Pick one.
Man, you put me on the spot like that?
Okay, CJ,
You
go
have
first.
one on top of your head?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I'd want to be him for forever though, but the Hulk would be fun.
I don't want too much power.
Being that, but having he is the ultimate power, I guess, because he is so smart and then transitions into the Beast.
You would be such a dick if you knew you could be the Hulk, though.
I mean, it's just, I guess you get power hungry at that point. But,
oh, you're really gonna give me a speeding ticket?
Yeah.
Okay, watch this.
Dude, I don't know. Thor. If I got to look like
Thor
him,
would be fun.
Poof.
Yeah, that ain't bad. I've thought about this a lot because I think I would get bored with too much power. Like being too good would get kind of old, right?
Yeah.
But then let me ask this question: if you are Batman or Iron Man, does the money come with them? Because that's technically their superpower.
Ooh.
Yes.
Because you can't be a broke Iron Man, right?
No. War Machine's the broke Iron Man.
It's true. Okay, then
And he literally got broken.
Gosh, I mean, flying would be cool. Does Goku count?
Dude, I
Doctor
was just
Strange
gonna
would be
say
kind
that.
of fun. Goku would be the best, though. Yeah.
But that's too broken. You would have no
Yeah.
challenge. Like, what do you do?
Taylor, give your answer, and then I'm gonna finish it off with a question for the comment section.
My
See what
super.
people
I
think.
want to be Ed. That's all I want to be.
What?
Yeah, I don't care to be a
Man,
Superman.
you're making me blush.
Yes, perfect. Okay. All right, what's you hit it, Ed?
So, who would win in a fight?
Okay.
Superman, Ultra Instinct, Goku, or Gogeta? Which one's more powerful? Gogeta or?
I think either of them beat Superman. He's actually I watched this whole science on it, and Superman's so stupidly broken, it's not even fun.
Or One Punch Man?
It's still Superman. He can fly.
Mm-hmm.
He was like hundreds of thousands of whatever light years away. Heard someone call for him on Earth, and was there in about 5 minutes. And they did the calculation of that speed, and it was astronomically, like, the numbers went off the chart. So they said anyone that can move that fast would just go right through anybody's body. On top of that, he and somebody else picked up some celestial being within the DC universe, and he was laying on the ground, and they said he was the weight of something that was pretty much infinite. So his weight was infinite. Like, there wasn't a number you could put on how much this guy weighs. It just somehow kept going. It was like something in space. So his Superman and somebody else picked this guy up to move him. But the other guy, they showed like his strength capped out at like hundreds of thousands of pounds. So that meant Superman took hundreds of thousands of pounds minus infinity, still infinity, and picked this guy up. So Superman can lift infinity. So not only can he move across galaxies within a second, but he can lift infinity, which is unreal. So he cannot lose anything. And that is why that is so stupid to me.
That is broken.
So he wins always. And I'm good to end it there because
we'll close up shop there.
Superman is stupid.
I will say one last thing. I have enjoyed a lot of Zack Snyder films. I'm hoping that maybe his Justice League is good. I don't know. We'll find out. That's why I'm so excited. But he's made a lot of good films. We'll see what happens with that. Outside of that, Ed, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen. Yeah, I guess next time I'll be on, I'll give you an update on my dating life and how things are going. And because it's usually very comical. Chad, you know this. So
Ed, I already found your wife, so just stop.
Yeah.
You'll see her at the wedding.
Yep.
We've already.
I am
got
a Ted Mosby. So
that's true.
Yes, he is.
Gentlemen.
Ted Mosby.
But I'm also Cupid, so I got you.
With that,
gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody out there who has tuned in and listened. Have a great week.
Appreciate it.